Hello, this is Miss Lally, and today is Tuesday, April the 7th, and it is a beautiful day out in the backyard. And I'm just coming out here to check on the growth and progress of my container garden. Strawberries are looking good. This is the Albion strawberry, and it has one there, and we got another on the way. And these are the ones that I took out of the blue bin. These were the last two that survived, and okay, it's putting on flower. Okay, there we go. Got some there, and this is the other one. Plenty over here. So they look good. Sunday, Resurrection Sunday, at the end of the day, we had a nice rain. I think it was somewhat soaker rain. I don't think it was a deep soaker rain, but it was good enough because the soil is still wet out here. Here are the 12 onions. I decided to take the coverings off and just hope that the squirrels would leave them alone. I even lifted the container up on more brick, just, I don't know, giving it a little height. Maybe that would be a somewhat deterrent to the squirrels, although they can jump on anything out here. But so far they haven't jumped into this. So the onions are right. I don't know, I'm thinking maybe had I not had the bear up, the onions may not have bent over like this. I hope they straighten out. And I always go back and look at Danny from Deep South Homestead when he rings the onions. And the other day I went and looked, and his onions were thicker than this. And I don't know, maybe it could be the variety, but I don't think I'm quite there yet where I need to start pulling the dirt from around. So I'm going to wait a little longer before I start doing that. And here's the potatoes. All right, so all of these the top ones all have one potato in the bucket. These two had the one, and these two had the two. So they're coming along. Here's my other strawberry bin. Plenty of flowers showing up in here. Here is the peach tree. The peaches are getting bigger. See that? I have yet to actually grow a peach all the way to full term. They've gotten to a certain size. I have seen where this tree will drop some of the peaches, but then the ones that were left, they got to a certain size, maybe about, I don't know, maybe about that big. And of course, the squirrels saw them, and the squirrels came after them. And then the blueberry. Okay. I don't pay as much attention to growing blueberries as I should. These are pink lemonade blueberries. And I was seeing that, I'm like, wait a minute. Why are all the, let's see, can I focus on that? Why are they turning brown? And then I was thinking, okay, maybe after the flower was pollinated, then the petal turns brown and falls off, and then what's left is the blueberry. So I think that is what happens. But I really don't pay attention to the blueberries like I should. I need to read up on that. And then over here to the raised bed. So these onions, that's why I have to keep this covering. Look, I don't know, can you see that? Right in here. See the squirrel? They just dig. And dug right beside the onion. Hope that's not gonna mess with that onion right there. I don't know. Okay, my husband and I were just talking actually last night, and what I was thinking is taking some chicken wire and enclosing, putting chicken wire on the outside of these cattle panels, and somehow eventually, it's gonna cost money, but somehow eventually, maybe we could get another cattle panel, and there'll be cattle panel, and do another cattle panel right here, and then I would walk in this way, but everything would be enclosed around with chicken wire, and maybe we can enclose this just to keep the squirrels from coming in here digging. And that's the thing, they just come over here and just get to digging everywhere. Okay, so it's not a good idea for me to take these off, but see, that onion was, that's the thing, it's like I don't want the onions to get caught up, but if I don't keep it covered, then the squirrel's gonna come over here and just mess everything up digging. And I am letting these go to seed, these collards, as you can see. So that's that. And look at the azaleas. They are so beautiful, and it is, I think it's 8, either almost 8 or just after 8 o'clock in the morning. And I can see these from the window in the house, and they are lovely to look at. And this green right here is all honeysuckles right here, but these are wonderful to come out here in the middle of the day to check out, especially when the sun is shining on them, and they are just wonderful to look at. Nice presentation for spring. And we also have azaleas in the front of our house. They're very small bushes. They were here when we got here, and so I just been trying to baby them up as much as I could in hopes that they will look better than what they look. Hello, this is Miss Lally, and today is, what is today? Wednesday, April 15th. And the onions have gotten bigger, so let me see. Just gently, you know. Ring around them. But see, I'm thinking when I come and water, it's gonna push the dirt right back around. Let's see. I did this when I grew the onions in the ground at my old place, and they came out just fine. Look at the potatoes. They are growing. They are growing. Looking good.
Let's see, underneath so far, just a little bit I'm looking at, don't see any signs of aphids. Strawberry bin is doing okay. Peaches on the peach tree, I've only seen, I think, one. Okay, I see two, more than two. I see that a few peaches, little teeny baby peaches fell off the tree, but the big ones are still going. And the blueberries are getting bigger. See that right there? They are forming. My double knockout, is that what it's called? Isn't that pretty? Double knockout, pink double knockout rose bush. Looking nice. I didn't expect to see flowers on it, but there they are. Looking nice. There's the azalea still in bloom. Here we are with the onions in the raised bed. And actually the ones in the container look better than the ones in the raised bed. Well, I'll say they look fuller, they look older than the ones in the raised bed. And I started those first. And I am also getting the little pods for seed collecting off these two collards plants that are still in the raised bed. And I'm going to be taking these off, and hopefully I'm going to put some hardwire cloth around the raised bed in hopes of somehow deterring the squirrels from digging in the raised bed. See, I don't even know if you can see. Let me see if I can. The squirrels stuck their little paws in between and digging. They stuck it in. Let me come back. They stuck the paws in right there, and probably right there because it looked like it was dug in right there. Ooh, okay, I see something popping up. So the old seeds that I put in here, I figured they didn't make it because we ended up getting some cold spells. But now I gotta go back and look. What is that? Okay. All right. Hello, this is Miss Lally, and today is Thursday, April 16th. Over here at the Peachtree, what is that? Okay, so something is coming over here eating on the little peaches. David, it's always something. It's a good amount still up here. I've seen some have dropped off or fallen off the tree, but there's still a good amount of peaches on the tree. So, and blueberries, I mean, it's a lot of spent blooms. And then I see, where did I see that at? Some little berries. Like that one right there. Little berries showing up.
So I guess we'll just see how it does. So I'm out here this morning just watering everything. I'm supposed to get up to 90 or 91 degrees today, and it was like that yesterday. And it was, it was hot, but it wasn't a scorcher, but it was hot. And so this morning I'm going to remove all of that and hopefully be able to put this hardwire cloth around the raised bed in hopes that it will keep the squirrels away, and I'll be able to have better access when it comes to watering, because the water kind of just splatters. And so I'm gonna work on that today, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, this is what we got. All right, so I have stretched out this hardware cloth. I had already used some of it to put underneath this raised bed, so I'm going to see if I can take this and stretch it around the raised bed and either put some bird netting over top of it just to try to keep the squirrels from digging in the raised bed. And I almost forgot, I got these 3 tomato plants. These are Better Boy tomatoes, and I almost forgot, hey, plant those before you put the hardware cloth up. So I'm going to go ahead, plant these in the raised bed, one over there, one over in the middle, because eventually these collard plants are going to get cut out once the seeds form, and we'll be on our way. All right, so got my 1, 2, and 3 Better Boy tomatoes in the back, so that if need be I can tie them to the cattle paddle for some support. And got my onions going, and I'm debating on whether or not to stick some type of maybe bush cucumber in here if I find one, because I know at some point the onions are going to come out and I'll have space again. So as the season go on, I'll figure it out. All right. Okay, so got something for these here squirrels. Got that hard wire. It's a hard wire cloth all the way around. It's in the front here, it's in the back, and on top is all of this bird netting so that they can't come and climb on top of the cattle panel and jump down in it. Hopefully the bird netting will deter them from even wanting to be bothered with this area. And see, sometimes there are days where there's no activity from myself or my husband back here, and it's quiet, and the squirrels just have free roam or free range of the whole backyard because there's no human interaction happening back here, and they just come and they will just dig to their heart's delight. So
I think this is going to be good. This is going to be real good. Let's see. I add another clothespin right there. Let's see. Get in there. There we go. I don't think I'm going to do another one. Let's see right here. Oh, hold on. Gotta think about the wind. So we're gonna clothespin up top right here. There we go. And we're gonna do another one up top. All right. So, and this is gonna be easy to come over here and water, and especially at this time, you know, it's not much going on. Just everything just needs to grow. The raised bed is dry, so I'm gonna water it really good. I watered my other plants just a little while ago, so I'm gonna come over here and let this get soaked really good. There's no more flowers on the collard plant, so it's just waiting for these seed pods to finish doing what they're doing, and then I'll be able to cut them down. But I am satisfied with this. I think this, if it's, I don't want to say squirrel proof, but more than likely a squirrel deterrent. All right, watering the raised bed in its enclosed new setup, and I think that is going to really be a good squirrel deterrent. And nice to see that the azaleas are still hanging around. Well, they are starting to drop, but it is still nice. Well, we're in the middle of April, still seeing the azaleas. And these are all my neighbors' azaleas. Very beautiful. They go great against the green background. And they have an azalea bush on the side of their house, and they have this beautiful rose bush. I think it's a rose bush. Let's see. With these pretty red roses. I don't even know if you can see through all of that. I don't know. Can I? I can't zoom in good enough. But they are behind this azalea, all the way up near their house. Beautiful red roses. And it's very nice. A nice morning, nice Tuesday morning. Sun is just starting to come up over the trees and start to shine. But I realize if I'm going to do anything, I need to get out here now. It is still nice outside. It's 8 o'clock, or a little bit after 8 o'clock. I also put some bird netting over the peach tree because the peaches, they're getting some size on them. I'm trying to stay on top of watering the peach tree since it's in a container. And we have a squirrel surprise for these squirrels around here as far as me trying to grow peaches and strawberries and blueberries, which they all come after. They come after all of it. So we are building a surprise for these squirrels that I will share with you in another video. Thanks for watching. Have a beautiful day. Hello, this is Miss Lally, and today is Friday, April 17th, and I'm out here at the peach tree untangling this bird netting because I think something tried to get. Could have been a bird or it could have been a squirrel, but you see that? Look at that. I don't know if that's enough to help the branch to continue on, but there's 3 peaches hanging from here, and the netting was all tied up on this right here, and I just untied it, or
untangled it. So I got it draped back out again. But there's plenty of peaches up here. Some of the peach, well, there's peaches falling off on their own, because there's one on the ground down there. There's one in the netting right there. There's one by that strawberry plant right there. One right here on the ground. So I did expect the tree to drop some on their own. Plus, you know, I can only do so much about the bugs getting to them. You know, like right there. I can only do so much about that at this time. But peaches are growing, so we will see. But that stinks that this branch broke right here. Oh well.